What do you and your fat wife think of my new hat?
Just this once.
Let's get out of here.
I'm sure we all remember the 80s, right? TV screens were flooded with glossy families in sprawling mansions, Silver Spoons, Dallas, snappy sitcom zingers, and primetime soap operas dripping with shoulder pads. Oh, but then in 1988, Roseanne crashed the party. No crystal chandeliers here, just a couch with crumbs in the cushions, and a mom who would sooner roll her eyes than bake a pie. Roseanne Connor was brash, loud, and real. A blue-collar warrior with a mullet-esque hairstyle and a laugh that could shake any lazy boy. For once, TV actually mirrored around the chaos of the average family. Paycheck panic, school lunch debates, and marriages that survived off sarcasm and cold leftovers. Audiences clung to the show like a life raft. Finally, somebody got it. The mess, the stress, and the beauty of just, well, making it work. Oh, and the show didn't just talk about taboo topics. It hurled them at the screen. Unemployment, menopause, LGBTQ+ stories that networks side-eyed. Roseanne still bulldozed through. But if you've been watching this channel at all, you already know that behind the scenes, the show was wilder than a Connor family Thanksgiving. Now it's time to buckle up. These are the Connors, and we're about to ride the retro roller coaster all the way to Lanford, Illinois, with great laughs, great moments, and great memories.
Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop!
He scores! The Bulls lead 80.
Girl, your hair's so nappy, Wilson couldn't pick it.
This is Max Headroom.
Are you kidding?
Now, did you know that this iconic sitcom almost had a title that didn't scream Roseanne at all? Originally pitched as Life and Stuff, the show's co-creator Matt Williams envisioned it as a cozy ensemble comedy, a slice of everyday chaos. But Roseanne Barr? Oh no, she wasn't having it. This was her story ripped from her very own life, and she fought tooth and nail to slap her name right on that title card. Now imagine a head writer pushing for benign vibes versus a star demanding ownership of her own voice. Spoiler alert, Roseanne won. Williams stepped back after season 1, and the rest, well, the rest is history. The show didn't just become a smash hit, it became a raw, roaring testament to a woman who refused to shrink into the background. Talk about a title with attitude. Now here's a quick note. Ever notice those cozy neighborhood scenes in the show? Well, they're not filmed in Illinois at all. The heartwarming exteriors you saw actually comes from Evansville, Indiana. And there's a nostalgic reason why. Matt Williams grew up there, and he poured a little piece of his childhood into the show's soul. And get this, the iconic Connor family house, it actually hit the market back in 2013. But fans clearly couldn't let it go, and it was snatched up in less than a month. I guess some homes just feel like family, even off screen. So there was a little sneaky strategy behind casting Roseanne. So Roseanne was a total newbie to acting, stepping on the screen for the very first time during this show. The producers, man, they were sweating bullets. But their secret weapon was to surround her with heavyweights like John Goodman and Laurie Metcalf. Think of it as a masterclass in acting live on camera, with Roseanne soaking up their seasoned chops like a sponge. But here's the magic that no one saw coming. From the very first script read, Roseanne and John clashed and bantered like they had been married for decades. That spark, oh, it was instant. It was electric. And guess what? John Goodman didn't even have to fight for the role of Dan Connor. He walked in, nailed it, and the part was his. No auditions, no competition. It was fate. Funny how the gamble on raw talent paired with a couple of legends turned into one of TV's most memorable and legendary families. Makes you wonder, Were they just fortunate? Or did they somehow know that this chaos would feel like home to millions? Now imagine a young Macaulay Culkin, years before Home Alone turned him into a household name, nervously auditioning for the role of DJ. This could have been his big break, but as you know, fate had other plans. Instead, the role went to Michael Fishman, sparking some behind-the-scenes drama that feels straight out of a Hollywood tabloid. Now, the original pilot actor, Sam Barone, was replaced not just because of a sudden growth spurt, but because he was having fights with actress Sarah Gilbert, who played Darlene. Yes, actual fights. Now enter Roseanne fiercely advocating for Fishman. He looked like my family, she later confessed, calling him a little Russian boy who stood out from the rest of the Hollywood bastards. Ouch. Her stubbornness paid off though. Fishman himself even admitted that the network wanted someone else. He said, but Roseanne fought for me. I was one of her first wins. Think about it though, what if McCulkin had landed the role? Would Home Alone's iconic scream ever even exist? Meanwhile, Fishman's casting became quite triumphant. A reminder that sometimes the what-ifs of life lead to perfect, unexpected turns. Now, the real blessing of this story is, I guess both paths worked out. Now, Roseanne was the kind of show that critics adored. Raw, real, and revolutionary. But somehow, it never snagged an Emmy nod for Best Comedy Series. Not once. Let that sink in. The sitcom that redefined family dynamics on TV, that made us laugh over family sarcasm and bill struggles, couldn't crack the Emmy's biggest category? But check this out though. Laurie Metcalf, who played Jackie, she owned the 90s, snatching 3 back-to-back Emmys for Best Supporting Actress. And Roseanne Barr herself, she took home the lead actress Emmy in 1993. Yet, the show as a whole, shut out. Now, does that really make sense to any of you? Oh, and I almost forgot. John Goodman, who played Dan, 7 straight nominations. 7 times they said, you're incredible, but not quite incredible enough or he never took home an Emmy. I'm sure that was 7 times fans screamed at their TV. It's kind of cruel, isn't it? But credit to the Roseanne show. Even if award voters never saw the magic in it. Some legacies don't need trophies. But come on, son. It deserved at least a few, right? Oh man, where do I even start with Roseanne's wild ride? This sitcom wasn't just inspired by her real life, it practically replayed it. All 3, yes, 3. All 3 of her ex-husbands appeared on screen on the show, turning her personal life chaos into must-see TV. First up, Bill Pentland, her college sweetheart and the father of her kids. Their messy but beautiful 16-year marriage became the heartbeat of Roseanne. Now, he didn't just consult on the show behind the scenes, he popped up in a couple of episodes as one of Dan's buddies. But when their marriage ended in 1990, Roseanne didn't actually hit the pause button. 4 days later, she swapped vows with comedian Tom Arnold, whose on-screen alter ego, Arnie Thomas, became a fan favorite. Cue the drama, the laughter, hell, cue everything. Then came Ben Thomas, her bodyguard turned 3rd husband. The guy who literally guarded her life scored 2 tiny cop roles on the show. And somehow, those remain his entire acting legacy. I mean, can you eat? You know what? Never mind. It's like her love life was a revolving door of inspiration, heartache, and sitcom gold. The show wasn't just a mirror of her world, it was a carnival ride. Parts entertaining and parts heartbreaking. But one thing is for sure, we all certainly bought tickets to this 3-ring circus. Now, I'm sure you remember Roseanne's Lanford lunchbox, right? That quirky little diner where the counters served up chaos and those loose meat sandwiches. Well, guess what? That diner actually came to life. Just 3 years after saying I do, Roseanne and Tom opened Roseanne and Tom's Big Food Diner in Eldon, Iowa. It was a cozy nod to Tom's roots. Now, plus 20 points if you've ever heard of Eldon, Iowa. The sizzle of the grill, the clatter of the plates, and fans flocking to taste the same messy Midwest comfort food that was featured on Roseanne. But real life does not always get a happy rerun. When their marriage crumbled in 1994, the diner closed for good 1 year later. Poof, gone, like a bad sitcom finale that leaves you wondering, wait, that's it? A piece of TV nostalgia born from love, tangled in drama and folded up like closing a menu. Can you imagine the Connors, strolling down Main Street, USA? Mickey ears perched atop of their heads? It sounds like a punchline, but in season 8, ABC sent the lovable, scrappy, blue-collar family straight into the glittering heart of Disney World, twice. Why? Well, you can blame the 90s, because when ABC and Disney merged in 1995, my high school graduation year, Disney required that every family show on ABC sprinkled in a Disney Parks episode. Think about it. They all did it. Boy Meets World, Corey navigating Epcot's futuristic bubble, the Full House clan fumbling through Goofy's roller coaster chaos. Even Steve Urkel got to shuffle his suspenders down Main Street. But the Connors? Their rusty old station wagon parked right next to Cinderella's castle? Pure TV gold. Awkward, hilarious, yet very heartwarming, because nothing says family bonding like forced corporate energy. And, well, maybe a few churros. Do y'all recall when Roseanne Barr tried to maximize her fame and enter Saturday morning cartoons with the cartoon Little Rosie? You don't remember this one? It was a quirky little animated series that starred Roseanne herself as a kid. Well, sort of. The problem was she didn't even voice her own character in season 1. Let that sink in. A show about her without her. A little foreshadowing, anyone? No wonder it flopped. Then came the Hail Mary. Barr finally stepped into the booth for season 2, ready to breathe life into Little Rosie. Hope and redemption, right? No. ABC yanked that plug faster than you could say cowabunga, dude, and replaced it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Barr, of course you gotta know, she did not go quietly. Cue the conspiracy theories. She swore ABC axed the show after her legendary singing of the national anthem at the Padres game. Real talk though, we'll never know. I mean, I know that had to sting. Pouring your heart into a project only to watch it vanish into the 90s cartoon graveyard. However, in my opinion, there's a certain amount of responsibility and accountability Roseanne should have taken for this show failing. I mean, had you came in and did the voice in season 1, we could be talking about a totally different experience. Now, we all remember that iconic harmonica riff that kicked off the show for 8 seasons, right? You know, the one that felt like a cozy but chaotic hug from the Connors themselves. Season 9 threw all that jazz right out the window. Out of nowhere, they scrapped the nostalgic instrumental and handed the mic to Blues Traveler's John Popper. Harmonica? Gone. Folksy charm swapped for whatever this was.
And we'll make out better than okay. Hear what I say.
And guess what? This jarring shift wasn't just a fresh coat of paint. Nope. It was a neon warning sign for the bonkers finale lurking around the corner. You thought the theme song left you whiplash. Ha! The actual ending? Well, let's just say it didn't just divide fans. It left us all scratching our heads, staring at the credits like, wait, what? Somewhere the kid in me is still confused. And the retro roller coaster comes to an end today with Roseanne. You know what? My wife adores this show. She watches it over again and over and over and over like she's never seen it and still laughs like it's all brand new to her. I like it too. I thought it was very refreshing to get a down-to-earth family on TV. And I'm not saying there wasn't before this, but somehow the Connors just felt like everyman to a degree. But this was a great show. I thought it was genius. I thought the cast gelled well, and I definitely hold this. This is Roseanne's definitely, I would say, in my top 10. Top 15? Top 20? Top 15, just to be safe. It's in my top 15. Where does it lie for you? Is it in your top 10, top 5, or is it your number one show, right? Again, thank you all for hanging in there and riding the retro roller coaster. We'll be back with another one real soon. And y'all know what to do in between time, correct? Love you, love somebody else, and I'll see y'all very soon. Enjoy yourselves.